Shalom Alechem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum, peace be unto you. Welcome to 1 Samuel chapter 24. We have 22 verses in this chapter. Beginning in verse 3, we have flocks of sheep versus sheep coats. What is a sheep coat? An enclosure, so sheep enclosures. Make preparation versus cover his feet. What was he making preparation for? Perhaps to make preparation to pursue David? It's anyone's guess. They were sitting in the inner part of the cave versus remaining in the sides of the cave. Verse 5, the garment of Saul versus the skirt of Saul. Verse 9, it says here, behold, David seeks your life versus your hurt. Verse 11, mantle, again describing King Saul's clothing versus his robe. There is an omission of nor impiety nor rebellion. So there is no evil in my hand, nor impiety nor rebellion, David explains. You lay snares for my soul versus you hunt my soul. Our first significant difference in the chapter is verse 12. The Lord judge between me and you, and Adonai requite you on yourself. So the Lord got tongue twisted there. Adonai revenge you on yourself versus avenge me of you. So it's not so much that David has to take vengeance, or the Lord Adonai is taking vengeance for David, but it's simply that Adonai is repaying on the head of Saul whatever he's doing on his own head. It's like his own trap. He set up a trap for David. He's going to fall in his own trap. So Adonai revenge you for yourself, for what you have done, not because of David. It has nothing to do with David. On this, in this sentence anyway, this phrase. Verse 15. Umpire, which is a judge, versus judge. Not so much of a difference, but I think the terminology is different anyway. Judge my cause versus plead my cause. Reeb uses reeb, which means to toss or grapple. Okay, so it's not the same as judge my cause. And then verse 18 says, what good you have done me. You have told me today what good you have done me. Saul speaking here. Versus you have dealt well with me. The second significant difference in this chapter, verse 19, reads the following wise statement. If anyone should find his enemy in distress and should send him forth in a good way, then Adonai will reward him good, as you have done this day. So this is a wise statement of justice and mercy, describing Adonai's rewarding of merciful treatment of enemies. Versus a rhetorical question regarding human nature. Let's read that in the Masoretic. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Will he let him escape? Wherefore, or so, Adonai reward you good for that you have done to me this day. So it's not so much a proverb or a wise statement that Saul makes, as in the Septuagint, that if anyone finds his enemy in distress, think of an American soldier in World War II finding a Japanese or a German soldier, and he finds them in distress, but he sends him forth in a good way, then Adonai will reward him for good because he was merciful. I think that's what it's talking about, because he had the opportunity to end their life, to eliminate the enemy, but he had mercy. And not only had mercy, but sends him forth in a good way. Okay, verse 22. Stronghold of Misara or Misera versus the hold. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you very much for your time. Until next time, I will bid you Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum. Peace be unto you, and Maranatha.